Hey everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome back to another Warcraft 3 cast. This time around, I got a game on Gnoll Wood. It is going to be a 2 versus 2, and it is going to be between Skutt and Thorzain versus TGW and DV. But I can't call them DV and TGW because, well, I can't really pronounce Russian names, first thing. Second thing, this is what their names were written on the website, so we're gonna go with that. The replay is of course picked up from WarCraft3.info, which is currently the only, or rather the best site that, that chronology actually was not correct. I would have said the best or the only site for the replays today. We got Thorzain spawning in over here as the yellow human at the 12 o'clock location of this map. His ally Skutt spawning as the yellow undead at the 10 o'clock. And they're gonna go against close spawns, so we're gonna refer to this one as teal undead, and we're gonna refer to this one as teal human. Reason being because I don't know which one is TGW and which one is DV. You guys can point that out in the chat. And yeah, you can see the DV, and oh, there we go, you can actually figure out who is TGW and DV. TGW is the human player and DV is the undead player. Alright, so we got a scout acolyte going towards where Thorzain's base is. They're gonna immediately find out the bases. We got a crypt lord coming in by DV, and TGW is going for the archmage. It's gonna be human undead versus human undead. Let's see how this matchup comes out around to be. It's gonna be vampire, the dreadlord. Wow, dreadlord choice, dreadlord and archmage versus dreadlord versus archmage and crypt lord. Let's see how this matchup comes around. Dreadlord is of course something that many players have already adapted through. Dreadlord, you have two things that you want to consider. First thing is that people know how to use the Dreadlord since they've been using it since some time now, not a very long time. So it's very much usable, and Dreadlord can actually work really well with humans as well. If you consider the human low HP melee units, that's a really good addition to, you know, the vampiric aura is a really good addition to him, that thing. And we have Thorzain detecting the crypt lord over here, and the crypt lord is actually going to be battered a bit before it kills another critter over there. It actually went for the creeps over there, and whoa, do we not have double rod on necromancy? Alright, so that's some good use of 2v2 there. Thorzain losing a footman early on, sadly. He detected both of the heroes. A good choice for Thorzain would have been to back out the footman and not lose it. That's 135 gold down the drain for him. He is creeping though, so I guess concentrating on two ends is not possible. The scout acolyte got picked off, both of them, the annoying scout acolyte and the annoying scout footman, both of them picked off, but not before detecting Skutt's hero, which is going to be the dreadlord. We have something attacking. It's the skeleton warrior. Thorzain gonna be having enough wood real soon to tech up. He should do that. Some carrion beetles coming in. So yes, DV did go for the beetles on that crypt lord, and gotta be careful. These peasants are weak right now. They can be taken out rather easily. You gotta be super careful with them. We do have a Shadow Troll Priest over there. Shadow Troll Priest of course can use the Abolish magic spell even on the carrion beetles. That would be useful for Thorzain to take them out as early as possible. They're gonna need a lot of targeting though. We got the call of arms being called in towards the militiamen, all of them being transformed into peasants being transformed into militiamen. They're gonna fight DV and they're gonna fight TG to the inner side of Thor's base. But here's the strategy over here right now. Here comes Skutt getting us around on that crypt lord. Will force a TP, but actually Thorzain and Skutt handling the situation pretty well. A nice carrion spawn there by Skutt's dreadlord over there, and a few footmen is still there. It's gonna get taken out rather easily. We have a lot of corpses over here. Now you want to think about who actually got the better half of that exchange, but I would say Team Yellow scored a better half over here because of how well Thorzain and Skutt handled the situation. But basically I would say Thorzain more specifically. The expansion for Skutt was being attacked, the expansion that he set up immediately after he got the Dreadlord, and he backed the Archmage. Archmage gonna go get himself a staff of teleportation, and whoa, No, this is not the Archmage, this is the Cryptlord over here. Cryptlord is kinda lurking around solo, and it's pretty dangerous if you want to lurk around solo against a Dreadlord. So, contra to my perception earlier, Skutt didn't go for Vampiric Aura at all. He went for Sleep and he went for Carrion Swarm. So, we're not gonna have Vampiric Aura at all, from what I can understand. You usually go for Vampiric Aura, you usually go for 2 spells, you don't go for 3 spells ever. And DV trying to find an opening over here. He does find the corpses! Getting the carrier beetles inside. Thorzain lost the tower early on, which he tried to massively repair. That did take some time off of Team Teal's assault over there. Thorzain forcing his army over there and keeping the Archmage, trying to get the Fiend. He got the Fiend killed, that is huge. And whoa, what do we have here? A double Tomb of Relics. Okay, so that's how they've been using the double Rod of Necromancy early on. Double Rod of Necromancy strategy is pretty good actually if you actually think about it. You have 2 heroes at the very start of the game, you have the Carrion Beetles, you have Rod of Necromancy, so you basically have a lot of summoned units, and early on there's nothing that can dispel them apart from the Forest Shadow Troll Priests that you get the mercenaries, and you can't even get them in mass production like you can get for the priests. So it's a very potent strategy, and if executed well, it can actually mess up your opponent. Thorzain handling this whole scenario really well over here, I would say, putting down a arcane tower at the back, as you can see, and they're gonna go for some healing. I don't think he's gonna creep over here. Well, okay, I was wrong. He is definitely gonna creep. Gonna pull the big dragon and then keep it outside the range of the Fountain of Heal. And what do we have here? Skutt heading in with the Dreadlord. He's gonna go and try and mess up the Carrion Swarm level 2. This is going to deal a lot of damage to the peasants. One of those lone skeleton warriors gets taken out, but the second one is coming. It's coming. There we go. 2 peasants get taken out. Third one by another hit. Fourth one by another hit. Some skeleton warriors being trained over here. Skutt is gonna be on fire. The Carrion Swarm is so deadly. He needs to scatter his units. Teal needs to scatter the units. We have an assault over here going on by the entire army of Teal, and they got a surround on Skutt's hero, and the vampire Dreadlord is going to go invisible for a moment. We have a full-scale assault going on over here by DV and TGW at Thorzain's base, but what do we have here? We don't have any retreat attempt at all. It appears to me that Thorzain's base is actually pretty much well blocked and fortified. If you see, he's gonna lose a lot of buildings, but the guy that ends up losing more number of workers is gonna be the loser. And as of right now, Thorzain isn't that guy. Double or triple Carrion Swarm over here, killing a lot of peasants early on, and I don't think Teal, or rather DV, has more than 5 peasants left right now. So they're gonna force all the peasants outside. No economy left for DV. DV is currently on no income, and Thorzain is gonna TP towards his base. He's already in the base there. Now they're going to drive away Teal's army. Teal already got himself a Pit Lord. Damn, that's rather dangerous. Pit Lord and the Archmage combination. Let's see how this works out. You do have the Rain of Fire technique that you can use against humans. It's pretty potent. And the Cleave, I mean, I don't really have to sing the praises of Cleave. That can actually mess up human players. And we have that dangerous vampire, the Dreadlord, lurking around. A Carrion Swarm is incoming. I see a Carrion Swarm incoming. Thorzain getting Mountain King, second hero is already out. It already scored some amount of experience. There we go. Carrion Swarm, but it went on those beetles and ghouls. He didn't really get it on the fiends, which my early thought was that would have been the target. We have a Death Knight over there, and whoa, this is actually a really potent strategy. Don't go for Undead, but pick an Undead hero from the tavern. Your ally Undead player with the Death Knight can heal it with the Death Coil. This is a very potent strategy, very interesting. And that Pit Lord still, despite of the Death Coil, will be taken out right now. Have a lot of blocking going on over there, and Pit Lord! There we go, Pit Lord gets taken out. Team Teal, DV and TGW still not leaving Thorzain's base. Thorzain is currently hanging for mere life from what I can see, trying to save that Mountain King Stormbolt on that Death Knight. Death Knight taking heavy damage. will back it out, and you do have the obsidian statues to heal away everything, so you're gonna be fine. Team Teal so far gonna be fine. They got their gold income back, and reviving the pit lord from the altar. Oh, what do we have here? Dreadlord, did he actually TP towards the inner side of the base? I guess he did. Going towards the inner side of the base would be a good option for him. He does have Potion of Mana. He should use the Potion of Mana right away and just use that Carrier Swarm, or is he waiting for the right opportunity for that? I don't know. I can't really say that right now. But Team Teal wants to seal the deal. Team Teal, TGW and DV want to take out as many units as possible over here, and they are doing it. They are on fire right now, and Thorzain and Skutt gotta do something. And oh, the Mountain King actually got taken out at one point. That's something I did not detect. And whoa, that thing! Impale. But despite of the Impale, that was luck. That was luck there by... oh... And despite of the luck, he still got forced to use the TP. So you're stunned over there for a moment. Apart from that, now since Impale, once you get tossed up, you don't have that small split second where you don't take damage from Impale. That's actually a huge thing, and that's something that we saw over there. It was like luck, from what I can say, that Thorzain, I'm going to say Skutt, survived with the Dreadlord over there. This would have been a grievous blow to Team Yellow if they hadn't done that. Pitlord taking heavy damage. We do have the Death Knight over there. It still has one coil left. There we go. Probably gonna have one more coil until the Pitlord takes more damage over here, from what I can see. Here comes Skutt with a lot of abominations and Carrion Swarm going right off the bat. A lot of ghouls as well. They're gonna go right after those obsidian statues, taking them out. Here comes the Mountain King back in action. He's gonna go level 2, and I believe going for Thunderclap would be a great option against what we have over here. Thunderclap, mass damage spell, that's something you want to do. And the Pitlord surrounded Pitlord. This time the Death Knight will not be able to save it, and there it goes. Carrion Swarm and get taken out. This is a great comeback over here by Thorzain and Skutt. They are pushing towards Team Teal, and Team Teal has... Now, I wouldn't say they have completely lost it yet, and whoa, that's a nice maneuver over there. Sleep, surround, Stormbolt, and oh, are they gonna do it again? No mana on the Mountain King though, but they will get a surround nonetheless. Staff of Teleportation, but whoa, Carrion Swarm! The Dreadlord is on fire, and whoa, he actually went for the Vampiric Aura as well. Sleep level 1, Vampiric Aura level 1, and Carrion Swarm level 2, so you can use all three of them technically. Yeah, you can do that technically now. Maybe go for Carrion Swarm level 3 later on, because that would be your main target, and get the advantage from the sleep and get the advantage from the Vampiric Aura as well, with having them at level 1 and 1. So now they're going in for the assault on the human player's base. This is the best option. Attacking an undead player's base is just rather attacking a wild boar. You don't want to do that. And they are having way too many units right now. I mean to say, this is TGW. TGW coming back to his base with some Spellbreakers. Or your Spellbreakers are not the answer to what they're against. Spellbreakers are not going to be able to provide enough firepower to whatever they're facing. The only thing that they can do potentially is take out all the mana from the heroes. And what do we have here? DV teleporting himself towards TGW's base, but Thorzain is on the assault. Thorzain going towards the inner side of the base, going Blizzard. He done some Tomb of Retraining, it appears to be. We got Blizzard going on towards the inner side of the base. The gold mine, the economy have been disrupted. That Archmage is almost level 6, by the way. Skutt currently healing up, probably using the Scroll of Regeneration from Thorzain's base. And Blizzard is powerful, man. If you keep the Blizzard up, you can actually take out Ziggurats like that. 2 Ziggurats taken out just like that. And a few more Acolytes may get taken out before Thorzain TPs away. Level 3 on the MK. And an Impale would be good, actually. I guess they left. It doesn't display the winner. That's weird. I'm gonna have to check on the replay site. Something's fishy about this one. But it was a good matchup though. Neck and neck, and I'm not quite happy if I find out that this ended up in a desync or something like that, because that would be a bummer. No one called for the GG. Well, this is an undecided game, sadly. I don't usually like to come with such games, and well, this is one of the only times that I've received a replay like this, or rather downloaded a replay like this. Anyways, it was a good matchup though. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we shall move on to another 2v2 by the same guys then. Hopefully those are not gonna end like this, and well, let's see. Because it wasn't over for DV and TGW. You know what, I'm gonna actually start the replay again and go with max speed, but it won't take too long. It's just a few seconds to get to the point where we were. I'm gonna pause right before it ends, and we're gonna figure out who left. That's gonna give us the intel. Okay, maybe the fact that the referee left and they had called GG, yeah, that may be a fact. Yes, yes, mood good. I'm about to start the replay. I'm just watching something in the background, and no, the game doesn't say anything that somebody left. Well, let's move on to the next replay then. We just had a game between Thorzain, Skutt versus TGW and DV. The game didn't actually show who won technically at the end, like it didn't show who left. I have a feeling the referee left, but the game is definitely gonna be awarded to Thorzain and Skutt. There was no way that the other players would have returned, so we're gonna count that as a win for Thorzain and Skutt. Moving on to the next replay between the same players, and we're gonna do it on the Circle of Fallen Heroes, the new map that got introduced with the latest patch. Let's see how this works out.